Services through the Burke Center. Why the Burke Center should be your first step. The Burke Center is our regional facility for the local intellectual and developmental disability authorities directory, which is known as LIDA through the Texas Health and Human Services Department. Typically, there are wait lists that are very long to get admitted into the programs once your child graduates. This is why we are looking into these programs and planning now. It's best practice to go ahead and get on these waiting lists so that when your child graduates, you are not in a bind waiting to get admitted to a program. If your child is independent and planning to go to college or enter the workforce to live independently, then the following information most likely does not apply to you. What is the Burke Center and how can it benefit my family? Families of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities are supported in their efforts to help family meet their goals and dreams. The following briefly describe services offered by the Burke Center for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Services: screening, determination of eligibility, service coordination. Service coordinators assist in assessing medical, social, educational, and other appropriate services and supports to help an individual achieve a quality of life and community participation acceptable to the individual. Service coordination functions are assessment, identifying the individual's needs and potential services and supports, service planning and coordination, identifying, arranging, advocating, collaborating with other agencies, monitoring, ensuring that the individual received needed services, evaluating the effectiveness and adequacy of the services, and crisis prevention and management, linking and assisting the individual in securing services and supports that will prevent or manage a crisis. Going back to the services list, continuity of services, IDD community services. IDD is intellectual and developmental disabilities. IDD community services, community first choice, PASHAB. Community and supports may include personal assistance services, PASS, assistance with activities of daily living, activities related to living independently in the community, and health-related tasks. Habilitation is the HAB part. Habilitation is acquisition, maintenance, and enhancement of skills necessary for the individuals to care for themselves and to live independently in the community. And ERS is the emergency response system. This provides a backup system or ways to ensure continuity of services and supports. Support management is training people how to select, manage, and dismiss their own attendance. Transportation may be available through community supports to facilitate the consumer's employment opportunities and participation in community activities. Respite services. Out-of-home respite is provided to an individual away from the individual's home to temporarily relieve family members or other primary caregivers of their responsibilities for providing care to the individual. Burke contracts with members of the community to provide this service. Employment assistance. Individuals seeking assistance in locating paid individualized competitive employment are referred to the Texas Department of Assistive and Rehabilitative Services, DARS, to help the individual identify employment preferences, job skills, work requirements and conditions, and to find prospective employers offering employment compatible with the consumer's identified preferences, skills, and work requirements and conditions. Supported employment. DARS is the Department of Assistive and Rehabilitative Services. DARS assists individuals who have paid, individualized, and competitive employment in the community to help the consumer sustain that employment. It includes individualized support services consistent with the individual's person-directed plan, as well as supervision and training. Nursing. Individuals enrolled in Burke's medical waiver programs are provided treatment and monitoring of healthcare procedures prescribed by a physician or a medical practitioner. Nursing services may also be provided to an individual requiring medical attention while at a Burke program. Behavioral support. Specialized interventions by professionals with required credentials to assist a consumer to increase adaptive behaviors and to replace or modify maladaptive behavior that prevents or interferes with the individual's inclusion in home and family life or community life. Specialized therapies. As appropriate, individuals will be referred to their general medical physician to receive an order for specialized therapies. Vocational training. Vocational training is provided to individuals in a sheltered work environment and/or who are on a work crew to enable the individual to obtain employment. Burke offers pre-vocational employment services for students at our day service program. Dayhabilitation. Dayhabilitation is provided to assist the individual in acquiring, retaining, or improving self-help, socialization, and adaptive skills necessary to live successfully in the community and to participate in home and community life. Dayhabilitation services are provided in our day service program. Back to the services list, and we have residential services. Residential services are 24-hour services provided to an individual who does not live independently or with his or her natural family. This service category includes family living and residential living. Under residential living, there are ICF group homes and home and community-based services, which is the HCS program. And if you would like to know more info about residential services, please visit the residential services video for more info. Back to the list of services through Burke. Crisis intervention services. What is crisis respite? Crisis respite is a short term, up to 14 days of respite. Respite provides a period of rest or relief for individuals who may be in a crisis. Burke provides crisis intervention for individuals with IDD if the individual presents an immediate danger to self or others, the individual's mental health or physical health is at risk of serious deterioration, or if the individual believes he or she presents an immediate danger to him or herself or others, that his or her mental or physical health is at risk of serious deterioration. Excuse me. Out-of-home crisis respite. This provides therapeutic support in a safe environment with staff providing 24-hour supervision to an individual who is demonstrating a crisis that cannot be stabilized in a less intensive setting. In-home crisis respite provides therapeutic support to an individual who is demonstrating a crisis in the individual's home when it is deemed clinically appropriate for the individual to remain in his or her natural environment, and it is anticipated that the crisis can be stabilized within a 72-hour period. Burke Center contact information. Services for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The phone number for that is 936-639-1114. The intake coordinator's name is Deborah Vestal. Her extension is 7011, and her email address is deborahvestal@myburke.org. You can also visit the Burke website at myburke.org. Contact information for mental health services. The phone number is 936-634-5010. Burke's Crisis Intervention Program. The phone number is 936-639-1479. And Burke's 24-hour crisis hotline is 1-800-392-8343.